Welcome to Serving Aces. I'm Alexandra Stevenson, and I'm here with my co-host, Hugues Laverdière, or as I like to call him, Ougi. Welcome, Ougi.
What's up, Alex?
How's it going?
Ha! I'm like tired mentally of being like overwhelmed with the caliber of tennis we've seen like in the last couple of days. It's just unbelievable.
Yes.
The women, the men, both finals were great stories. Epic stories. Alcaraz, Djokovic, everything was on the line. And so yeah, I'm exhausted because I had to get up at like 3 in the morning to watch the last 2 days. So
I know
let's let let's
you
sleep.
were up. You were awake. I was awake for some of it, and then I went to bed, and then I watched on my iPad. I have
Yeah,
to tell you the truth. I couldn't stay up. But I'm impressed. I got your text every morning.
that's it. Yeah, I was live with the text.
You were live. Okay, can we say Rybakina and Alcaraz?
Wow. I mean, you
I
called it.
called it
Both of them. It's like, wow, such
with
a great.
Djokovic as a maybe, and that first set. Let's go into a little bit of Djokovic magic first.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do that.
the first set of the match, Alcaraz. They're both coming out a little nervous. They're both chasing history for different reasons,
Yeah,
but Djokovic was like vintage Joker, clean, crisp, deep shots, hard,
yeah,
his footwork, his placement. He was playing classic Novak Djokovic tennis.
amazing. Seriously, it
Yeah.
was. I mean, let's just say that semifinals. I mean, he beat Yannick Sinner. Was like the number two player in the world, if not the number one sometimes. And so he beats him. Like, how do you do that? 5 sets, huge battle. Comes back a couple of days after, plays Carlos. Now Carlos in the other semis, he was in trouble. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
against
Well, I mean,
Zverev.
how about that? Talk about dramatic semis. Well, we'll go into it first. Look,
Yeah,
Djokovic did have a little luck. He had a withdrawal, and then Musetti basically was going to beat him. Even Novak said so. And
yeah,
Musetti unfortunately got a leg strain in his quad somewhere, and
mhm,
so that gave Novak life.
yeah,
That gave Novak life to come out with a game plan against Yannick Sinner. And Ougi, you know, in the offseason, he was analyzing his own movement patterns and footwork and trying to increase power
yeah,
just to go beat these two, Sinner
yeah.
and Alcaraz. So now it was time for him to show it.
Exactly. And boy, did he!
He
I,
did. So give me
I'll,
a little insight on what you saw that Novak did against Yannick Sinner to get to that final.
I mean, first of all, I think just exactly what you said. He improved a lot on his power shots on the run when he was sliding to his, especially to his forehand, because I think the forehand of Djokovic has always been not as natural, of course, as backhand, two-hander, top five in the world,
Yeah.
with Zverev and Runa. So natural. So he was able to probably work his core and his upper body a little bit more. So when he was skid on the surface to his right, he was able to crush cross court much more forehands. And what about his down the lines? He was just on fire with the down lines
Yep. Yep.
against Sinner. That to me that's what made the difference between the two, because even if in the fifth set he was able to attack Sinner, and normally you would think there's no way a
Yeah.
30-year-old guy can attack some 22, 23. It's just not possible, But of course, like you said, he had two less matches, but still, he was able to do
Hey,
it.
luck of the
And
draw, right? That
yeah,
he
it
needed
happened.
some luck, and he
Exactly.
got it. He got fresh legs, and his shots against Sinner, he was going toe to toe. And Sinner, it was interesting because it kind of showed that Sinner couldn't really change it up in
You're
the end.
right.
I mean, Djokovic kind of found the formula. And also, Sinner looked a little tired. Like he had a rough tournament early on. He was like barely walking,
Yeah,
looking like a Bambi with his legs like
I know. The
in the heat.
the
He
roof
got lucky with
closed to
the
save
heat
him
rule.
once. Yeah,
So that affects your body going in. So he had to feel some fatigue for sure.
Yeah.
And then Novak had fresh legs and a fresh game plan, and it was just so fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the nice summary there. You summed it up with
Okay.
the advantages from Djokovic and the bad situation from Sinner, but it's part of the
Yeah,
game. You
that's
have to
part of
keep
tennis, right?
grinding because if Sinner would have pulled through that match, it would have been a couple of days rest. It would have been nicer for him, but instead it was the Joker in the final. So
Exactly.
for him, it was amazing, and then he got to the final today.
Yeah, and look, that first set, classic Novak Djokovic with a little bit of an edge. And then Carlos Alcaraz 2-1 in that second set, got the break
Yep,
and just ran with it.
never looked
And
back. Yep.
he's been working on his serve for 6 months. It's showing up the differences, the more powerful spots he's hitting.
Mhm.
And from looking at him against Zverev to the match against Djokovic, it's also amazing how much he recovered because he was down and out. And
Wow.
watching that, I'll go into the final a little bit more because it is history making. But the
Yeah.
semifinal against Alcaraz and Zverev, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, let's backtrack on that one because so much happened in that match. Seriously. I mean, Zverev is going, what's going on? He's losing his mind. String me rackets. He's throwing stuff in the stands to his family.
Well,
Alcaraz is up.
because you got to explain. So Alcaraz was up, but he got cramps, quotation marks, or a strain.
Hmm.
It's a gray area, right?
Yeah,
The rule on the tour is you can't call for a physio for cramps.
exactly. Yeah, you cannot use the physio to get better with cramps.
Yep.
But he was he was massaging his right groin. So can you get a cramp in the groin? I don't know. Never happened to me. It's either the quad or the hamstring a lot or
Yes.
calf.
Yes.
So either three. So that was the groin. He was pushing that area, and I'm like, maybe he pulled something. Maybe because he was injured last year with that muscle right there. So I'm like, oh no, maybe he's injured. He's gonna have to retire. It was up 2-0. So then Zverev got upset, of course, rightfully so, because he suspected the cramping situation. But then, hey, what you gonna do? Being Alcaraz, you're gonna try everything you can legally to
Exactly.
try to get back to the match
He
and
was
try to
within
close
the
that match.
rules
Exactly.
because he thought it was a strain.
Exactly. So physio came over, treated him once, and then couldn't get back because probably, it was
Well,
towards.
you can get one medical timeout, and
Yeah.
then you get 2 changeovers. I could be wrong on that. It might be 3, but I think it's 2. I haven't been out there in a while.
Of course.
And Carlos Alcaraz kept saying, "Well, can I get you one more time?" And the guy was like, "No, this is it." And
Ooh.
at that point, he was rubbing both of his thighs.
Exactly.
So
So
then Carlos knew, okay, I got to go to plan B. What am I going to modify to play this match against Zverev?
yeah.
Well, there were some key modifications he made. So I want you to tell me what you saw, and then I'll tell you what I saw.
I mean, he just started slamming forehands all over the place, of course, because he could not rally. Hey, he could not change pace, slice, hit with spin a lot, high. He would have been ran all over the place. So he tried a couple of drop shots, trying to make points short, come in quick, trying to slap forehands around real quick as well. Big returns. He was just trying to
Yeah.
crank returns real deep, trying to come in, return and come to the net real quick. But Zverev was able to hold those 2 sets, 7-6, 7-6. To me, it was surprising that it was all the way to 7-6 2 times. It was like,
Well, because
wow.
Alcaraz held his serve. So
Yeah.
one key modification he did
Yeah.
is he changed his serve motion and he didn't explode up as much on his legs. And he kind of
sure.
was in the pattern of 1, 2, just get through the serve.
Yeah.
And for him, it can work on anybody that has to modify their serve with an
Yeah.
injury. You can get through the serve with 1, 2 and not explode up as much. Just go watch that match. That's what he did. And then right from there, he had the intensity to open up the court. And what you said, hit huge forehands. He was looking for his forehand and trying to end the point in 1 to 3 shots.
Oh, for sure. He would crack the forehand cross court, to Zverev's forehand, and as soon as it came back, he tried to rip it in the open court.
Yeah, open court.
For a winner.
And then you're like, why don't you play like this all the time? Right?
I know, because he was
so
dominating. I'm like,
interesting.
why don't you play that all the time, dude? Instead of
And
just rallying.
yeah, and he was holding his serve against Zverev. And to play an opponent like Alcaraz in that moment, describe to me, Ougi, why that is so difficult.
Oh, it's just so rough. I mean, he just normally he'd move well, and suddenly he doesn't move, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a good time. But then no, because he just gets another trick out of the hat, and it's like the great hands, quick release in the open court. So Zverev never felt, comfortable being, having to play somebody like Alcaraz, but injured, and it is tough to do. I played once somebody who sprained an ankle, and I lost that match. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what am I doing? I started making the guy run, but he would limp on one leg and hit as hard as he could.
Rip it.
I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So strategies are rough.
It's hard because the other person's hurting.
Yeah.
Zverev knew Alcaraz was not moving. I mean, everybody knew, but he also knew he was going for it. And that's really hard to figure out your game plan against somebody that's just going to rip a winner after the second shot.
Exactly. So normally, especially Zverev, Sasha rallies, gets back in the rally.
He likes the rhythm.
He likes to establish himself, not going for something right away. So total opposite there. He was playing Nick Kyrgios.
But he fought through it, and he almost had it in that fifth set.
He was up 5-3.
Yeah, it just the serve let him down, and if you're in that position and you have Alcaraz, who Grand Slam champion, knows how to win in tight moments, and then you have Zverev serving for it, who has kind of folded in tight moments on his serve, you're worried for Zverev.
Oh, for sure. Remember against Dominic Thiem, U.S. Open final? He was playing like under 12 juniors tennis.
Yeah, and
it was so tight. It's like
tight, and he's past that now, but it's still a little bit there. His service games, it's just he can't close it out, and it's so interesting to me because he's so tall and he has a pretty good serve when it's working. It's like he can't get over that hump.
Exactly. Hey, and that means that it's a lot mental, because once you have done it, not that it gets easier the next times, but since you've done it, you're like, okay, I can do this again. There's less pressure on me. I have done it. So to win at the biggest stage, and I think that's why the coaches that have done it can help, and they relate to the players that are doing it, like Darren Cahill with Yannick and all the legendary coaches. It's because they've done it, and they can actually say that, and it makes a difference. But then Alcaraz, Juan Carlos is not there, and he wins. So that's, to me, that's another impressive fact.
Look, I mean, it is impressive, but I mean, come on, with November, December, 2.5 months, so it's not like he's been gone for a year.
Still, I thought there would have an impact on it, and maybe it's done the opposite. Maybe it's done the I'm calmer on the court by myself. The big figure is not there. I have to think more about my game. Maybe it gave him a sense of maturity. I don't know. I just felt like Alcaraz was right on top of the mountain on this last couple of days. He was not overreacting. He was not too confident. He was just right there. The equilibrium was great. So
I agree. And the way he played the second through four sets was impressive. Look, Djokovic tried to get a surge back. He was close.
Yeah.
And Carlos just didn't let him. And all right, so let's go into the speech after. I know you have thoughts on Novak and Carlos, and the legendary Rafael Nadal was in the stadium watching the match. So give me your thoughts on what Joker said about that.
Well, the Joker first, he was staring at the cameras and the people from the news, and then Rafa was right in his face. He's right there. So he's like, it's weird that you're in front of me in the stands. Normally you're in front of me on the court. So I thought, so from A to Z, Djokovic's speech was right on point. It's rare that we see him being that open, that candid, not having I'm a little bit you know, thinking big of myself sometimes. He's really confident in himself, and sometimes it comes across with being a little obnoxious. But he's just way confident in himself. To me, that's the key. That's what I think about him. He's such a great person, but he doesn't really let it show because his confidence in himself is bigger than his candid personality. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
I totally get it. Yeah,
so
for
yeah,
sure. And
because he's like, yeah,
and he comes across sometimes, but I've noticed the last couple of years he's coming across showing more of his personality. And what he
exactly.
said when he said in the beginning, I want to thank the Australian crowd. It's the most loved I've ever felt. He's being honest because usually he's not the one they're cheering for.
You're right.
He's the villain, and
Yeah.
Rafa was the one they were cheering for, right?
Or Roger, yeah, for
So,
sure.
and then calling out Rafael Nadal, the legendary Rafa, and standing there and saying, "This is odd. It's an odd feeling." It was like I was two against one out here.
You're
I thought
right.
that was funny. And and then he said, "I don't want to take up too much time on the mic," but you could tell he did plan both. He said, "I planned a winning and a losing speech," and he did. So
Yeah,
he knows his platform. He's always going to give a great speech, but it's exactly right, Ougi. You said his speeches are more from the heart, and they're more, you can empathize with him more the way his delivery is.
that is well said. That's so true. And just the fact you mentioned that he said, yeah, two speeches, but he said this is Carlos's moment. So
Yes.
to me, I mean, he would have never said that before. Whenever he'd lost
No. Oh, no
Nadal at
way.
the French Open, he said, "I'm gonna beat him someday. I'm gonna be number one." That was
Yeah.
his speech in the press conference, and
Yeah.
totally reverse today. Full respect for Carlos, and I think it puts things in perspective. And the journalist, whenever he put him back in his place, 2 days ago
Oh,
before
well,
Sinner's match.
that was, I mean, come on.
Wow,
We let's
you're
talk a little
chasing
bit
those
about
two young
that.
guys, and then
What the
you're
heck?
chasing those. What, this guy just wants to have tabloid news. Get a comment from
They're
him,
chasing them.
but
Well,
he's got too much experience.
yeah, and I'm glad he called him out because
Yeah,
that was just, he's not chasing anybody, first of all.
that's what
And
he said.
actually, I think that spurred him on even more against Sinner because he
I
was
know.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
because
chasing you. I mean, give me
because
a break.
you're right, because it was the day before the match. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it gave him fire the next
Yeah,
day
because he gets
because
fired for
he
sure.
played so well that day. So
And
for
look,
sure,
obviously the journalist probably didn't mean it in
I
that
know
wording,
you're
which
right
is funny
because
because he's a journalist. He should have worded it better
yeah,
because he's trying to beat them to get to his record of 25, but
hmm
he's not chasing them.
yeah,
He's chasing history of 25,
yeah,
and these two guys are just in his way right now.
exactly. So that's the word that reporter used wrongly, which is the word chasing, because
Yeah,
chasing, it means you're behind somebody and you're trying to get up there. But he's already there. He's 24,
already
24
there.
Grand Slam. He's like
Yeah,
above the roof in the house here. So he's there. And the
yeah.
guys are like 5, 6, 7
I
Grand
know. Come
Slams
on.
trying to get up there. But
Well,
he's
hey,
he's behind with them in the rankings. Maybe he's chasing them with the rankings because he's four. The other guys are 1 and 2 and 8 straight Grand Slam finals. But he's like, dude, for 15 years, I ruled the Grand Slams.
I know.
So
Give me a break.
only the last 2 years that these guys have been owning them. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, you're right. So yeah, he worded wrongly, but that's okay. But he gave him fire. It got
Yeah,
him
it
to beat
did.
Sinner.
It did get him fired. All right.
And
So Carlos
Patrick Mouratoglou
Alcaraz,
said, Patrick Mouratoglou had a little post on that.
what
And
do you say?
I think he said something exactly like we're saying right now, which is he gave that reporter Novak can congratulate him and thank him and send him a big champagne bottle
Of course,
because it
Patrick
got him
said that.
fired.
It got
And
him fired up.
and it was funny that Patrick said something like, "Well, Novak's got a big ego, and then it got in the way, so he got fired up." And I'm like, Patrick, you got the same ego. Come on,
I mean, come
you
on,
can
right?
relate. You can
Right?
relate.
Yeah. So, okay, a
Wow.
little bit about Alcaraz. He's now won as many Grand Slam titles as John McEnroe,
Okay.
and he's one off from Jimmy Connors and Andre Agassi. He's the youngest player to win a career Grand Slam. And
Mhm.
this is an interesting note that I had looked up. He broke Don Budge's 88-year record. So Don Budge was the youngest
Ooh,
before to win a career Grand
at
Slam.
23, and now he's 22 with the. That it?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's
Wow.
not the first to do it. Don Budge was, and Don Budge was a great player and
Mhm.
great one-handed backhand. Lots of stories to tell. He
Was he? Is
crossed
he?
picket
Is he?
lines.
Was he American or was he
He's
Australian?
American.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Cool.
so now Carlos Alcaraz owns the record. So that another record broken, and I'm sure John McEnroe is happy, but also sad that now he has 7 at that young of an age, and it's the same amount that he has.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yeah.
Alcaraz has 7 Grand Slams. Is that it?
Yes, he has 7
Titles.
Grand Slams,
Wow, that's
and
it's not bad, huh?
it's not bad. There was one more little newsy note on Alcaraz that I had. I thought this was interesting that he said, this is interesting because all these guys know this. 1 or 2 shots can change the momentum of a match and switch things around.
Mhm.
So Djokovic knows this. Alcaraz said the same thing, right? Like 1 or 2, this is what happened to the French. Djokovic has had this happen against Federer and
Oh yeah,
Nadal
for sure.
and Murray. It's and so that's so important to tell juniors, especially, or young pros, that 1 or 2 points can change a match. So if you think you're out of it, that's wrong. You're never out of it until you shake hands.
Exactly. And I remember when Djokovic saved match points against Federer at Wimbledon, and he came back, and that was it. It was over. It was
Yeah.
over because that momentum switch, saving match points, and then whoops, get back to even, and the opponent can sometimes just not focus mentally, act incorrectly, and then the match is over. So
Yeah.
everything can happen at any part of the match. That's why tennis is awesome because there's no clock. So if
There is no clock. It
you're
never
down
runs
by
out.
you're down by 30 points in football and there's only 5 minutes left, you're done.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's nothing you can do. But in tennis, everything can happen. You can always come back.
Yeah, for sure. And
So cool.
so congratulations to Carlos Alcaraz. He also says, I don't like to lose. And he has big plans. Well, another player who also won, Elena Rybakina, has big plans, and she just stated it, and she just showed it. Okay, Ougi.
Let's talk women.
Let's talk the women. Let's go into the semis first. Okay,
Yep.
we got great semifinal matches. I mean, Sabalenka, Svitolina, great tennis on Sabalenka's part. Svitolina just got outplayed.
Yeah.
Not really much she could do. And then Pegula tried. Rybakina, look, in the second set, Pegula fought through. I feel like Pegula is close to getting to another final. I don't know if she can stop Sabalenka and Rybakina because of their serves and their power, though.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
I would like her to get to a final and have a breakthrough because so many other women of her caliber have done it.
Yeah, you're right. There's missing like the big serve for Pegula. Rally wise, she can counterpunch well. She cannot finish points and attack as well as those two.
Yes.
And to me, those are the two differences: the big serve and I'm just gonna crush this point. I'm gonna, Rybakina was able to outpower Sabalenka a lot of rallies, which we don't see that often. And
No.
sometimes Sabalenka would hit a forehand when she was going backwards, almost falling back and into the net. And Madison Keys is one of the few that I can think that can really outpower Arena. So
When she's on, and now Elena Rybakina can. And look, listen to this, Ougi. She's won 20 of the last 22 matches. She's 10-0 against the top 10.
ooh,
She did not drop a set until the final, and that's very impressive since last Wimbledon.
That is.
Her run and how she's reinvented her game of when she came up and she won Wimbledon and she was hitting her serve spots and forehand. And now her serve spots and her forehand precision is even better, along with her return of serve.
Yeah. I mean, her game is just got through and came along smoothly. And the most important thing is, I think that she's at a good place mentally and with injuries, and that's all we can hope for this young lady because
Yeah.
she went through a lot of stuff. The coach's stuff, uh, injuries. She had some sort of disease a little bit with the body. It was tough, and she was hurt. Now she's at the right place. Her mind. She still needs to express herself a little bit more. I think on the court. Sometimes like she won, and she's like,
I know. I mean, it
and that
was
was
a
it.
little bit more. She was a little more
I
excited,
know.
right,
And
than
then
at Wimbledon, where it
she
just looks like
shake hands, turn around, this to the crowd. I'm
yeah,
like, okay, this is not a normal game. You just
I
won.
know,
You
right?
won the
But that's
title.
what makes her so
It's okay.
interesting is she's so calm, cool, and collected, and
Yeah,
she's totally opposite of Sabalenka. So I think the
exactly.
contrast of styles is if they can keep it up, it can be an entertaining rivalry to
Yeah,
watch,
for
right?
sure,
Because
for sure.
Sabalenka's all fire and Rybakina is like ice and steadiness,
You're
right?
right. It's
Yeah,
exactly it. They both have
yeah,
similar games, but like attitude-wise, personality, they're they
totally different.
yeah. I mean, you see TikToks from Sabalenka inviting Shelton for a one and this and that, and 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 then suddenly it's like Rybakina, no, I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna dance. I don't know how. She did a little capsule with the AO crew, and we saw that on TV today.
Yeah, that
And
was
I
good.
thought I thought that was funny. Like somebody from the crew went over. Okay, you can sing and dance right now. She got up. Nope, not today. And she left.
I know, right?
It
I
was so
know, it's
cute.
so good. But
So yeah.
her game is she's confident with her game, and that's what is dangerous about her because now she's the type of player that needs confidence, right? And
Yeah.
now with her shots, she's confident and she's becoming more aggressive. And if she steps into the court, she has just as much power, if not more, than Sabalenka, right, Ugi?
Oh,
And
for sure.
her serve is superior. I'm going to say superior to Sabalenka's or anybody else that's on the tour right now.
Yeah.
I would pick her serve any day. And I said that when she won Wimbledon. And she's showing it. And it's going to be interesting because now she's in a position where Swiatek is saying she wants to like go work on her game and she might miss some tournaments. She's now beaten Sabalenka in the last 2.5 months.
Mm,
The championships in Australia.
yeah.
So could she be on her way to the number one ranking by the summer?
Rebecca and I mean, if she stays healthy and plays like that, yes, for sure. She's going to reach number one. I mean, come on.
All right.
Let's be fair. She's, and then who's the biggest server you think between Serena and her?
That's an interesting one
Rebecca now
because
serving like,
Rybakina serves and she has the height and
yeah,
she can snap it and it comes from such a bigger height. But
you're right.
Serena did have the spots and the slice and the tee.
Yeah.
I would like I got to think about that more.
We'll think about this, but let me just, I
What do you
think
think?
I would give Rybakina on the ad court. Her serve wide is crazy good because she's got the height. She snaps it a little bit
And
like
the kick. What
spin
about the
serve
kick?
kick, but it's a quick kick. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's a high kick. It's a quick kick. So like the ace she did on the match point,
Yes.
championship point. So
Yep.
but Serena had the slice serve down the ad court to the perfection on the close to the line.
Yeah, the
It was
slice
almost
went
an ace
over
all the time.
too.
So they both have their
Also,
own. There's like,
Serena serving her way out of trouble. So we got to keep our eye on her Rybakina because I think Serena has the edge.
yeah,
Obviously, she has more Grand Slams.
of course,
She's a different player, but she has the edge of serving her way out of trouble. She
yeah,
won so many
clutch.
matches and Grand Slams by doing that. Can Rybakina do that? Yes, I think she can.
For
But also,
sure.
she's not getting herself into trouble to serve her way out of trouble.
That's
So
it. That's it. Nor yeah.
that's the thing. Is
But
she going to get into trouble? Because her returns are really helping her right now. She's
yep.
like a double threat on the tour. And usually it's a single threat. It's a
hmm
serve or a return.
Yeah.
Right now she's double.
Yeah, I think so. And so she reminds me a little bit of about sort of like Lindsay Davenport, but with better movement.
Yeah,
She,
that's good. Yeah, because the game has progressed, the courts are different, the training's different,
yeah,
and she's worked on her movement because her
yeah.
movement hasn't always been great, and she's cutting the angles. That's a good analogy. I like that one, Oogie. All
Thank
right,
you.
so congratulations to the Australian Open winners. We are in February. Can you believe it?
Wow, that's it. Hey, spring is about to come for us.
I know you're very excited.
Oh, I can't
Uh,
wait.
I'm very upset. I missed the cold weather in Florida. Apparently, it's like 35 degrees there,
Okay,
and it's
which
83 degrees here.
that's awesome.
I know. I
No,
traded.
okay.
I kind of wanted to be in 35 degrees and wear like my coats.
No, you don't want that. Trust me.
Oogie's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Can't take can't take
I
it
need a
anymore
cute
here.
little hat, my mittens, my coat. I need to come visit you.
Yep. See, you're talking about 30 something. Right here, right now, it's like -10.
Yeah,
So
I know
that's
that's cold.
it's like minus
Okay,
20 Celsius.
so
It's
I
not
got
good.
some newsy notes for you. All right.
Ooh,
The
let's do.
Grammys are on tonight.
Oh,
Lady
okay.
Gaga has won for Best Song already.
Oh, I
She
like
came
her.
out in a cool, like, black feather
Really.
total gown.
What did she win
Um,
for? She win for a Maverick song or something?
no.
No.
Her album,
Oh, okay. New album.
Mayhem.
Hmm,
So one of the songs off Mayhem. I'll have to go
cool.
look at it. But I just saw her up on the screen. Pharrell Williams came out in this really cool fur coat. I don't know if that's politically correct, but it was awesome.
Came from
All
Florida.
right, so
Okay.
yeah, lots of fashion going on at the Grammys. What else? Oh, we got Super Bowl Sunday next weekend. That's going to be
Ooh.
fun.
Let's go, Pats.
And yeah,
Where's my
tennis
towel?
wise, the Delray Open is, yeah, where is your Pats? We got to get your Pats behind
Oh,
you.
my
The,
towel somewhere. It's
the
up there.
Delray Open is starting. San Diego has a couple challengers going on. So things are moving into America soon,
Cool.
but they're also going to the Middle East. So we got the Middle East swing. That's going to be interesting to look from there.
Yep.
And then we got Indian Wells and Key Biscayne coming up. It's all
Ooh.
happening so fast, Doogie.
Was it March, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, March. And
Early.
I'm still in California. It's like I'm on a long trip, but
Hey, it's
I
good.
don't mind it because I'm in California.
Hey, that's it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
And plus your player won that tournament today, so it's good.
Yeah, so my player won, so that's good. Quick stuff about Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl.
Ooh,
That's
what?
going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
Any news there? No.
I mean, he appeared at the
In,
Grammys.
okay.
There's not any. I'm sure coming into this week we'll get more news.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I just wanted to get your look on. We'll do a quick ball as in Oogie's court. What do you think we're going to be looking at for the next couple weeks after? I mean, Alcaraz won, Rybakina won, and what
Yeah.
you saw during Australia.
Mhm.
Who is going to, make some moves into the hard courts season of America? Who are you going to pick? Because we got to do our picks now that
Yeah.
we've finished
We
our Australian Open picks.
whoever really played well on hardcore. So for sure, those two winners, we have to keep an eye on them. I want to see if Sinner can retake over a little bit because I think Carlitos is leading the way a little bit there.
Has a little edge, right?
He does. I mean, to me, I thought this year was going to be Sinner. So to me, I'm a little worried about that because
Okay. Are you
physically,
changing your opinion?
no, I think he's going to come back. But physically, I'm a little worried about that. And his game, not so much. His game is great. But physically, I don't know. He looks like, against Novak, he was missing legs. And in the corners, he was not as strong. And so I can't wait to see that. Carlos, I want to see him keep going, see how he
Okay.
goes. And all those young other guys that, all the TFOs and the Tommy Paul and all these guys. I want to see how they bounce back in the US as well. So it's going to be interesting a lot.
Yeah, because it
And
is the start of the year.
Learner Tien, see how he goes from
Learn
here.
again. I like that.
These
Iva
guys,
Jovic.
Ivajovic on the women's side, exactly. And Boko, can she keep rising top 10, So yeah, a lot of young faces. Can't wait to see how they face up. And yeah, I want to see some more hard courts, big serving, hard slapping from ground stroke. So can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
Ben Shelton. Let's see some guys make some moves. Maybe there'll be a little bit, a little dip, and somebody makes a move at Indian Wells and Key Biscayne instead of Alcaraz and Sinner. It's
Yeah,
possible. Maybe somebody
exactly.
comes through. I don't know if we're going to see Novak at any of these. It's going to be interesting where he's going to play next.
He's gonna pick his tournaments for sure. So probably play either Key Biscayne, Miami Open or
I know we
Indian
keep
Wells.
saying Key Biscayne.
I know,
I gotta say Miami. It's just forever ingrained in my brain, Oogie.
I know. It's we've been there too many times. It's like it's Key Biscayne, but no, it's Miami. Miami at the Dolphins Arena. But what about your picks? Do you have anybody on your radar who wants to
Oh,
kind of
this is so funny. So my mom just texted me. She's watching the Grammys. She loves Bad Bunny now.
really
She was
what
like, I don't know. I got to go
what's
watch
the
the
hype?
Grammys after
What's
this.
what's the hype?
Apparently, she was like, who is Bad Bunny? Why is he doing the Super Bowl? That's like been the question. And I'm like, well,
Really?
he's a good performer. So now she's been watching the Grammys and her consensus is she loves Bad Bunny.
That is funny.
I know,
I'm,
isn't that funny?
I'm trying to
Okay,
find
so
it.
my picks are, yeah, I think Victoria Mboko. I think she's gonna make some more moves. She's the new Rolex ambassador.
There you
Uh,
go.
I would like to see Andreeva, defend her points and figure some things out. I feel like she's doing well, but she's kind of not maintaining and
Yeah.
breaking through even more.
Hmm.
Um, Eva Jovic, or Jovic, because she's Californian. I like her game. I like her feet. I think she can make a name for herself now in the American swing because
Hmm.
she did make a breakthrough to the quarters of Australia. That was huge. But
Yeah,
also, I think she needs to do it in America so she can get bigger because Australia is always tough. Not many people watch that are outside of tennis, right?
you're
So I
right.
would like her to make some waves and build up for the summer. And Lerner Tien, I really like his game, but I really want to say Alexander Zverev. I'm rooting
Ooh,
for him, Oogie.
yeah.
I really want him to get that grand slam. I don't know if he can do it. I feel like if he can just get over that block on his serve, he's close at times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could it?
so
Could
I
it be?
think
Could it?
just as a fan of tennis, and I know the heartache and the love of the game, I would just like it to see him kind of break through and get that win.
Could it be at Roland Garros?
That's where I think that's possible. I mean,
And he's a great clay quarter. I mean, he's got a
he
big
is.
serve, big
If he
kick.
gets some luck,
So
that
so,
could
so
be.
patient in the ground strokes. But I don't see Wimbledon or U.S. Open for him. But
Look, I
um,
think Djokovic can win a Grand Slam first over Zverev.
yeah, I know.
But
But not the French. So that's why maybe.
no, not the French. Not the French. But yeah, I mean, Zverev probably that would be his one shot. I
Yeah,
think Australia here, or that could have been his shot to get past Alcaraz. That was he was
yeah,
so
yeah.
close.
That's
And
yeah
he
for
got
sure.
some luck. He got luck. But look at this. Look at the Australian Open. I mean, Djokovic had luck.
I
So
know.
you never know in tennis, Ugi. So those
But
are kind of
Zverev,
my picks.
hey, what if Zverev would have shut Alcaraz when he was serving for the match in the fifth and in the final against Novak? You never know.
Yeah, well,
Maybe maybe
that's
he's the
why I
one who's
said
holding the trophy today.
it was his shot. He
Yeah,
he he needed to seize the moment, and that's why Carlos Alcaraz is such a great player already because he seized every moment from the time he was young, and he can't forget who taught him how to do that and who molded him, and that was Juan Carlos Ferrero, right?
yeah,
And and I don't think he's forgotten that, but it's definitely he is the player today. He's obviously going to grow past what he is and he's going to get better and better. But to have that base and
yeah.
that background, not many players have that. And that's why he's so special.
You're right. So special. And idolizing Novak from a young age because we saw some
Mhm.
pics when he was watching Novak and he looked like
Yeah,
he was like 12, 13 or something. So
I know.
that's pretty cool to watch your idol and get to beat him to reach the Grand Slam. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Super
and
cool.
he wants to be great and he wants to make records. So he's in it to win it, Oogie, and he doesn't
He's on
like
it.
to lose.
He's on his way. He's got the edge so far. So
Yeah.
he's the man to beat in 2026. So
Okay,
yeah,
so I'm up 1 point to 0 with my
yeah,
picks.
you're right. 1-0.
All right. So
You're
now
up
we
against
got
me.
we got Indian Wells and Miami.
That's right. I need to redeem myself for those two
You got to
tournaments.
redeem yourself, Oogie. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
let's be honest. You had good picks. I
I
went a
know.
little off books, not with Alcaraz, but I did
Yeah,
go a little off books.
yeah. Hey, Rybakina, you called it. But hey, I haven't really seen her play lately, and to me, she was still fragile, fragile.
I know.
So yeah, great,
A
great pick
server
there.
knows a server,
I
Oogie.
know she serves so well. Wow, such great rhythm. And to me, the fact that it was close, real close in the third, I think when she was coming back, and it was
Yeah,
30 all. It was 30 all. Somebody is talking in the crowd. Rybakina just does this, toss the ball up,
and
boom
serves.
down the tee. Seriously,
Yep,
for an
that's
ace.
how you
And
do it.
at that time, I'm like, okay, she's winning. It was
Yeah,
over because
yeah,
nothing could defocus her. So I'm like, you can scream all you guys want. I'm just gonna serve. Boom. To me, that was like, wow, this is so solid. Because
yeah.
sometimes
It was
when you're a
great.
little nervous, you're tossing the ball. Whoops, somebody speaks. You're like, not ready. You're,
I
you know,
know.
you're
And then we saw it at the U.S. Open with that one guy that waited forever. I
exactly.
forget. I forget who it was, but
But it was too long. You waited too long, and
yeah.
so yeah, there you go. So
All right. So
focus, focus, and she won.
I got the quote of the podcast coming up, Oogie.
Okay, let's hear
Okay.
it.
So it's kind of just basic, but it
Okay.
just sums it up of the person. And it's interesting. All right, you ready?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just kind of funny. Yeah, I have big goals.
that's it.
That's it.
That's the quote.
Keep it simple.
Okay, is it a guy or a girl said that?
No, she just won the Australian
Okay,
Open.
Rybakina said that for sure.
Yes.
I have big goals.
Yes, that's
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, and she was talking about like the Kazakhstan Tennis Federation as well, and then we've got big goals, and
Yeah.
I've got big
Yeah.
goals. She's so funny,
Yeah,
seriously.
and she's funny. Keep it simple. Yeah, I got big goals. I mean, that's why she plays such great tennis. If she's keeping it that simple, sometimes you have to do that, Oogie, right?
That's that's it. Keep that simple. Don't complicate things or anything.
Nope. In,
Big point.
out, and the score.
That's it. I love it, Elena. Wow.
All right. Well, this has been fun. We're going to catch up probably on next Monday because Super Bowl Sunday is a big day. Plus, I've got an L2 tournament coming up with my junior tennis player, and that's
Ooh.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So
Next week.
next
Okay.
week. So, but we'll check in maybe Monday or Tuesday. We'll see what your schedule is, Oogie. I'm so glad. Side note, Oogie figured out why his voice is a little scratchy, and it'll be fixed in the next month or two.
Oh
So
yeah,
that'll be good.
yeah, there was a little node on one of my vocal cords, so I screamed too much in the championship, so it was blood a little bit, and it formed something that yeah. So they're gonna take that out. I'm gonna get sleep. Boom. They're gonna chop that thing
Yeah.
off. My vocal
Perfect.
cords can repair themselves, and I
You're
can
gonna have your
sound.
voice
I can
back.
get my voice back. I can't wait. Seriously, I can't.
Yes.
I'm tired of sounding like an old smoking person.
Well, I'm excited for that, Oogie, and I'm happy you figured it out. All right, so this has been Serving Aces. That's our Australian Open wrap up, and we will see you next time. I'm
Yep.
Alexandra Stevenson.
See you next time, guys. Have a great week, Alex.
Bye, Oogie.
Bye bye.